besides having to talk to me, how's your day going so far?
Awesome. Well, my day just got started. It's 8 a.m. for me.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's almost
Oh,
so I'm
are you
I'm
both
in
on the
Los
West
Angeles.
Coast? Ah, there you go. Well, I'll first throw it to, let's see, because everyone's saying cold and windy. We'll throw it to windy first because
oh,
you're doing it that way. How much of you is there in the character? And I ask that as somebody who's familiar with a lot of your work, both of you. We're going to talk about other projects, but first, cold and windy. How
yeah.
much of windy is there in you?
There actually is more than I thought because I first had the option to audition for Cold and Windy, and I auditioned for Cold at first, but then ended up like killing Windy. They were like, "No, we want to see you do Windy," and Windy does not give a f. Like she does not care. She's going after what she wants. She's getting how she wants, and she's going about it her way. She's not letting anyone. And I do that. Maybe not in the streets, but I apply that, to other things. So I definitely relate to her with that. And she's very like expressive and just like loud. So I definitely identify with her way more than I thought I did initially. So yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, same question to you, Shakia. And also, did you audition for the other role as well, or did you know outright this is what I'm going for?
No, I only auditioned for Cold, and when I read her breakdown, I knew she was the character I wanted to play as soon as I read her because um I feel like in a lot of ways I'm similar to Malika because I think she's just very ambitious. And I think she loves love. She wants intimacy. She wants a family. She wants a lot of things that most people want, but she's just trying to go about it and get it in a different way. So I embody a lot of the softer side of Malika, the side that she wants to express more, but because of her situation or her experiences, the person she's in a relationship with, even sometimes around Wendy, she has to put on this tougher facade so that people don't come at her. And I think all of us do that to a degree. We find ways to shield and protect ourselves. So yeah, I relate with her in that way, and the fact that she's just an artist. I feel like I was born to be an artist. I love music. I love I love all the things. So I feel like Malika is similar in that way. Like she's just very passionate about it, and she's willing to do whatever it takes to make it.
And as a follow-up question, as an artist, we're getting to see you now identified by the single name. Most people can't do the single name thing. Like I can't just be Darren. You wouldn't know who Darren is. But Shakia, did you know all along that you wanted to be a single name person, or is that just something that happened organically?
I kind of always knew it because just growing up, my first name was always so distinct. It was always just such a thing. Like people have spelled my name wrong since I was born. People say it wrong since I was born. And I've just been screaming Shakia at people. And sometimes even one of the reasons why I dropped my last name is because it just seemed like a mouthful for people. And it just became like, they're already trying to figure out Shakia, and then they got to add this last name that they can barely remember. So I'm just like, let's just simplify it. My first name looks unique enough to, I think, like no, I search Google, like nobody else really has it. So I'm like, I think I can kind of claim this thing,
Well,
except for Shakira, but she's got the R, and I was like, people know that's her. People know that's not me. So
having the last name Paltrowitz, I think I know what you mean there. But
Yes.
but Nijah, throwing it at you. First of all, what percentage of people say your first name correctly the first time?
You know what? The percentage has increased now that I'm older, which is it's so crazy. Like, so I really would say it's at least a good 85 to 90%. And I also met more Nijah. So I guess my name became like more, especially with the internet, like TikTok. If I have a TikTok that goes viral, I've met so many Nijahs spelled the exact same way. And I always tell my mom, like, there's more Nijahs out there. So yeah, now that I'm older, surprisingly, it is like an 85 to 90%, but like 13 and before, oh, it was like 10%.
At season 2, I think we'll be at 100%. But
Yes.
until then, yeah, fantastic show where you both obviously put in so much work into the characters. Now, Nijah, I know that you have improv in your background. How
Yeah.
much prep is needed for a role like that? And I ask that because a lot of improv people you meet just go, tell me what you need, I'll get it done, because they can improvise. But then
Yes.
other improv people go, I want to know every detail of this character and the backstory. So which
Yeah.
one are you?
I definitely like to know every detail because I feel like it helps improv as well, especially with portraying like a lead with so much depth, so much things going on. And I have to be aware of like the arc and the things I want to make sure that flow and keep going throughout the season. So
Mhm.
I like to know every little detail because that helps me with all these nuances and all these things that I can improv. Like I want to know as much as I can. Like I'm going to do a deep
Yeah.
dig. I'm going to ask the director questions. What is he going for? What does he see? So I definitely like to, know as much as possible because it helps with like how I can improv.
Yeah.
Same question for you, Shkia. Now, in terms of your roles, I don't know if you have an improv background. Obviously, you're quick-witted and all that. But for you, do you like to know every little detail? And to pile on to my question here, sometimes
Mhm.
people come to the set knowing the script might change, the director might change their mind a little bit. So I'm not going
Mhm.
to memorize everything until 10 minutes before they say action.
Oh goodness, no. I am I am a maybe I'm an over preparer, perfectionist at a fault. So I feel like I need to know everything. I'm watching every YouTube video I can find from a person from Chicago. I'm looking at pictures of the streets of Chicago. I'm listening to the music from Chicago. I'm just trying to completely um embody the energy of the music that comes, drill music. And I think a lot of times, like with playing characters, it's difficult because you're trying to portray someone else, but a lot of you is put in that character. So even though like Malika is trying to do drill rap and she's trying to be hard and she's trying to be this, she's also trying to show different sides of herself and show a cold side, but then a soft side. So yeah.
Got it. Shkia, great credits you've got. The first time I recognized you was when you played Kenya on Atlanta, and both of you were on Atlanta. Is that
Yeah.
something that's ever been discussed? You just said Chicago, so that made me think, well, yes, the show's in Chicago, but we're talking about cities here. Did you ever talk about your Chicago, rather your Atlanta experiences?
Yeah. Then we
Yeah,
talked
we
about it on
did.
set. Yeah, like I'm
We
in Atlanta
did.
too. Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it just kind of randomly came up. It just kind of, I don't even know how it came up. Oh, I think I saw you. I think I was like, I think I just saw you in Atlanta or something like
Yes.
that.
That's so cool.
Well, back to Kold and Windy though. Was all of it actually filmed in Chicago? I really have to ask that dumb question because we now know that Netflix has its Albuquerque studio that looks like Las Vegas, and you find out that one of the, like Atlanta, when they say it's New York City, it's actually Georgia. So you never know where anything's filmed these days.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Did,
that's so true. Yeah. It's
so were
definitely
Yeah, it's
filmed in Atlanta. For
yeah,
sure.
it's filmed in
Yeah,
Atlanta.
all of it.
so
I think they used a lot of exteriors from Chicago, maybe some of
Yeah.
the B-roll footage and a lot of the exteriors. But yeah, we were in Atlanta film.
Mm-hmm.
so let me throw this one to Nijah here. When did you realize that you could make a living as an actor, an actress, whatever the correct term is these days,
Mm-hmm.
being based in Atlanta or not having to be a New York, LA person? I ask it because it seems like very few things these days are filmed in New York or LA.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely still a lot filmed in those places, but in Atlanta, it definitely wasn't really much filmed here. So when I first wanted to pursue acting seriously in about 2016, I was like, okay, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I had to move to LA. Like I had to move to LA. And then I think just seeing things being filmed and seeing the news and meeting people who were working in acting, and then some actors from LA were moving to Atlanta. I was like, okay, maybe like 2018, 2019, I was like, oh, I don't have to move. Like, I can be bi-coastal if anything. Like, I don't have to
Yeah.
like leave if I don't want to. I can actually make a living out here. So I think about 2018, 2019 is when I was like, oh, wow. Like, it's booming out here, which is dope. Like, I love it.
Direct flights to everywhere thanks to Delta. Shia, you mentioned you're on Pacific time. Are you out there for work or you're a full-time Californian these days?
Well, I'm a full-time Californian now. Yeah, I moved here 2 years ago. So I'm originally from Florida, lived in Atlanta for a year during the pandemic, and then just decided to make the move to LA.
Good for you on that end. Well, the last two questions I'm going to have for you, the same questions. And the first question will go to Shakia. Obviously, Kold and Windy is the best show on WeTV. Obviously, everyone knows it's the fact. But what's the second best show? Can you recommend a show?
Second best on WeTV.
If Nijah, if you have the answer already, I'll take it.
I'm watching Growing Up Hip Hop, and I find it intriguing. Like, I'm not a huge fan of reality TV, so I don't always watch reality. But there are certain reality shows that I just love to watch because it gives me insight on the people and their lifestyles, especially as a someone playing a female rapper. I just love seeing like kids who are descendants of rappers and what their lives are like, and it gives you just a little insight on how the music industry or just entertainment impacts like people who grew up in it, you know, as opposed to kind of me coming into it at an older age.
Yeah.
Your first generation. That's the best way to put it. Nijah, same question at you. Is that your favorite WeTV show, or do you have another recommendation?
I would say, I think I'm about to say it wrong, but I think it's Love After Lockup.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that one would be that one would be one of my favorites because it's interesting. Like, it's a niche. Like, it's like it's just like it kind of draws you in. So I would say, but definitely Growing Up Hip Hop is good too because of what she said, the insight on people that we see. We kind of get to see maybe like a real side to them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Last question. We'll start with you first, Nijah. What's the last concert that you went to for fun?
For fun, the last concert, was it? Oh my gosh, it wasn't Beyonce. That was fun. But wow, I can't remember. I feel like there's so many concerts I wanted to go to, but I'm gonna say Beyonce because I can't remember what came after hers.
It was that memorable. I get it.
But yes, it was such an amazing experience. So that was definitely fun for sure. I enjoyed it. She's an amazing performer. I can't wait to see her again.
Kia, same question at you.
The most recent, it's honestly not recent, but the last concert I remember going to, like a full-on concert, was J. Cole. Like, I've been to like little performances, but like a concert, J. Cole, I don't remember which album it was, but he had the whole stage like set up like Dreamville. I think it was like Dreamville, like that was the theme. And it was just a cool vibe because like it was kind of outdoorsy feel. It was when I was in Florida, and we were all kind of sitting on the grass, like with just blankets and kind of just enjoying like this visual show he put on. And I think that was when like artists were starting to do a lot more with like just like set design on stage. And I think he had like a house and he was coming in and out of the house. It was just the coolest thing. But that's the most recent one I remember.
I do remember. It was the Millennial concert. That was the last concert I went to. Yes, with all the artists from like the Millennial times, like 2000, they all came together.
Omarion and B2K.
Yes, yes.
Nice.
That was the last one I went to. That was a ball. Loved it.
Nothing but
so
hits.
Nostalgic.
Well, I hope that we eventually see a Kold and Windy tour in the future. I hope we see a second season. And thank you both for your time. Continued success, and looking forward to whatever's coming next.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Same to you.
Paltrocast.